Hi guys. Now the other day I posted a quick short sharp video of the breakfast, one of my breakfast options which I'm proposing on my 21-day program, which I believe were real foods that provided sustained energy, satisfied your hunger for a long period of time. Now as an alternative, an option that so many still probably believe is in your health's best interest is this classic breakfast which I'm going to go through today. Now on my website I've outlined very, very clearly where I strongly believe that sugar and only sugar really seems to be the catalyst for ill health. Now all these options here today, what I'm going to do is clearly outline and show you how much actual sugar is in this breakfast, which so many believe is fat-free and in your health's best interest. So what I'm going to do is go through. First thing I want to outline before we start is on these options here, of course, it has the grams of sugar in each and every one of these items. Now 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon of sugar. So classic teaspoon of sugar equates to 4 grams of sugar. Really quickly before I roll in, because it won't take me too long to go through the whole thing, is remembering of course that sugar, which is, we're going to call that as sucrose. Remember 50% of that is in the form of fructose. And again on my website, which I'm going to encourage you to check out, it's the fructose portion of sucrose sugar that seems to be, again, the major issue with our health, insulin being the major effect. Now, here we go. Now, first of all, we'll start with Special K, classic breakfast. This is the forest berry option, and on the box here it says 99% fat-free. So that's certainly got to be damn good for us, no question about that. So it says on the side of the box here, it says that a serve size, an average serve size is exactly that, a cup. Well, I'm not certain. Remember, there's air in that as well, so I'm not certain that's really going to fill near anyone. It's certainly not going to fill someone on the go. So let's say 2 cups is probably about a fair assessment of how much of this is going to sustain you for any great length of time. So, again, if we look at this, that means we've got 5 teaspoons. So 1, 2 tablespoons it was, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so there's that much in there. Okay, so 5 teaspoons for our Special K. Then, of course, we're going to put a little bit of milk on that. Okay, and obviously the sugar in milk is lactose, but it's still a sugar, and there's not much in that. So there's 3 teaspoons in that. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3. So far we've got that, looking all right. Then of course you're going to put some yogurt on it, because we've been told for years, of course, that flavoured yogurt's in our best interest. And again on the side here it says 98% fat-free, and there's all these other little goodies in here, active probiotics and blah 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 blah. No allergies, blah blah blah. So that's got to be good for me as well. Now in this guy there's 24.6 grams, so that's 6. Right, so another 6, so we're going to go 1 and 2, that's only a small cup, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. A little bit more than that, that's good. Then we're going to wash it down. Actually, before we do that, we'll put a nani on it, okay? That's obviously got to be good for us. So there's 12 grams in a banana. There's no label on this, but I know because I've looked it up. So there's 12 grams in that guy, so that's another 3 again. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Do I think fruit's bad? No, I don't think fruit's bad. There's certainly some fruits that are very high in fructose, as you know. So for those that wish to moderate weight, manage weight a little better, it's probably, perhaps not an option I'd go for. There are options though that I believe are in your best interest. You've got to wash it down, so you're going to put in a fruit juice. I've just selected this popper because I've got kids, and we all seem to be giving these popper things to kids in their lunchbox. Now, in this little beauty here, this is pine orange. We've got no fat, of course, which is great, all protein, but there's 28.2 grams of sugar. So that's 7, okay? So 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. It's getting heavy. It's a good weights workout. So far we're up to there, all is pretty good. Then of course we're just going to have one slice of toast. Now they've ripped out a lot of the sugar in bread in recent years, which is great, but there's still obviously a little bit in there. Just 1 gram, so that's only a quarter of this teaspoon here. So we'll pop that little fella in. Hang on, I've got to be fair here. So that's just that little guy there, that goes in. But so many still believe that jam's okay. Certainly if you walk in a supermarket, there's a zillion jam options there. So we're going to chuck the raspberry on, and unfortunately this guy gives us for 1 serve, which is not much, it's a pretty thin spread, is 15 grams, so we're going to help ourselves to another 2, 2.5 say. Okay, so we'll go 1 and 2, and to be fair, put that little bit of extra half in. So there you have it. So there's a classic, iconic breakfast, which you think's all great, and there's almost next to no fat and all that, because fat was always the enemy. But that, I hope you can see that, is how much sugar you're thrown in that breakfast there. Obviously that sugar there is going to affect my blood sugars. Insulin's going to spike. What's insulin's role? It is to detoxify your blood and to take that energy and store it as fat. Guys, if you want to have a crack at this, knock yourself out, but that is exactly what you'll be throwing down your throat.